Hello students, let us start our new session of chapter number 9, Ray Optics and Optical Instruments. Now let us go through the new topic, some natural phenomena due to sunlight. As we know, sunlight carries the white beam color. In this white beam, number of color components are there, but all color components can travel through the same speed in vacuum. So only white beam is visible. But this white beam gives different colors present in around us, just like a blue color of sky, white clouds, red hue at sunrise and sunset, the rainbow, pearls, shells, wings of birds. These such things can be visible by the sunlight only that carries the white beam. Here, let us go through the beautiful phenomena, rainbow. This rainbow is available due to the dispersion of sunlight by the water drop. Now, that is the combined effect of dispersion, refraction and reflection of sunlight onto the water drop. So this combination we can observe by the rainbow when the sun should be shining at one part of the sky while the raining is available at the opposite part of the sky. So as an observer, we can see a rainbow only when our back is towards the sun. So in opposite side of the sun, rainbow can be visible. Now for that, see the diagram over here. Sunlight, as it is passing through the water drop, that sunlight is refracted from air to the water drop, that raindrop, which cause the different wavelength or the different color spectrum of the white light, and it will separate the color components. This wavelength of number of color components are there, in which, as we see in the table in the earlier session, red light having a longer wavelength and the violet light having a least wavelength. These components here, only higher and lower wavelength components are seen, that is a red and violet. In between these two rays, all the other color rays are available. So this component strike onto the inner surface of the water and get internally reflected from other surface of the raindrop. So here total internal reflection is available, and by that angle it will refracted and normal to the water drop surface when the critical angle 48 degree. That reflected light is now refracted again when this light beam is coming out from the drop. As you can see, first sunlight is refracted from air to water drop. Inside the water drop, total internal reflection observed, and after that total internal reflection, while this ray of light is coming out, then again refraction is available. While this sunlight is first time refraction is there, and sunlight is coming from air to the water drop. So inside the water drop, number of light components are visible. So with respect to that, before this total internal reflection, all the light components are visible. So dispersion takes place. So first process is refraction, then dispersion of light, then total internal reflection, and again refraction. This process is done to get that rainbow. Here it is found that violet light emerge at the angle of 40 degree and red light emerge at the angle of 42 degree, as you can see in the diagram B. So here we are taking two drops to understand that angle. So red light from the drop 1 is visible, and violet light from the drop 2 can be reached to our eye. So this violet drop a violet light from drop 1 and red light from drop 2 are directed above or below the observer. So the observer can see a rainbow with red color at the top and violet color at the bottom. So the primary rainbow is the result of the processes refraction, reflection and again refraction. While this light ray undergoes two internal reflection inside a raindrop, as you can see in the diagram C, 2 times internal reflection is observed. So here, instead of one as a primary rainbow, a secondary rainbow can be formed. So here 4 steps will follow: refraction, internal reflection, another time internal reflection, and finally coming out with the refraction process. So this is how the rainbow process takes place, and as an observer we can see that a rainbow in the number of color components. Now let us focus with the new topic, optical instrument. Here number of optical devices and the instruments are there that can be designed by using reflection and refraction property of mirrors, lenses and prisms. Periscope, kaleidoscope, binocular, telescope, microscope. These some of the examples are there for the optical devices and instruments which are common in use. But our eye, that is the most important optical device which is available with us. So let us go through the first, eye as an optical device, and then we will study the microscope and telescope. So first focus onto the diagram. Here diagram A that shows the structure of eye. So here light enters in the eye through the curved front surface, that is cornea. That light passes through the pupil and reach at the center hole in the iris. That size of pupil can change under the control of muscles. This light is further observed by the eye lens on the retina. Now that retina film of nerve fiber covering the curved back surface of the eye. This retina contains rods, cones, which sense the light intensity and colors and transmit that electric signal to the from the white optic to the brain and finally process this information by the brain. This curvature shape and the focal length of the lens can be modified by the ciliary muscles. For example, when the muscle is relaxed, the focal length is about 2.5 centimeter and object and infinity are in sharp focus onto the retina. But when the object is brought closer to the eye to maintain the same image lens distance, that is a 2.5 centimeter, then the focal length of the eye lens becomes shorter by the action of ciliary muscle. This property of the eye is called as accommodation. Now, if the object is too close to the eye, then the lens cannot curve enough to focus the image onto the retina and the image gets blurred. So the closest distance for which the lens can focus the light onto the retina, that is called least distance of distinct vision or near point. That the standard value of normal vision is 25 centimeter. Now as this distance is increases with the age, because of the effectiveness of ciliary muscle is decreases, then the loss of flexibility of the lens is available. So near point may be close about 7 to 8 centimeter in the child of 10 years of age can be possible, and it will increase up to the 200 centimeter at the age of 60 years. Now if that elderly person tried to read a book from 25 centimeter distance, then image gets blurred. This condition is known as presbyopia. This is corrected by the converging lens of reading. Same way, our eye is the organ that have the capability to interpret the incoming electromagnetic wave as an image through this process. Our eye can develop some defects due to the various reasons, and we shall restrict our discussion regarding that defects of eye. For example, the light from the distant object arriving at the light our eye lens that get converge at a point in front of retina. This defect is known as nearsightedness or myopia. Means this eye is producing too much convergence at the incident beam. To compensate this thing, a concave lens is required in between the eye and the object. With that diverging effect, the desired image can be focused onto the retina, as we can see in the diagram B. Now, if this eye lens focuses the incoming light at a point behind the retina, then convergent lens is required, and this defect is known as farsightedness or hypermetropia, as you can see in the diagram C. Other common defect, that is astigmatism. This occurs when cornea is not spherical in the shape. That cornea could have a larger curvature in the vertical plane than the horizontal plane. If that person has such a defect in eye lens that looks at a wire mesh or a grid of lines focusing in either the vertical or horizontal plane cannot be sharp. So this result in lines in one direction being well focused, while those in a perpendicular direction may appear, as we can see in the diagram D. So this astigmatism can be corrected by using cylindrical lens of desired radius of curvature. This defect can occur with the myopia or hypermetropia also. Now, let us focus the example regarding this. What focal length should the reading spectacles have for a person for whom the least distance of distinct vision is 50 centimeter? So distance for normal vision is 25 centimeter. So U should be minus 25 centimeter, as we have seen the focal length formula, 1 upon V minus 1 upon U equal to 1 upon F. So U is the distance from object to lens, that general is 25, and by the sign convection we supposed to take U as a negative minus 25 centimeter. An image is formed at 50 centimeter, so that is minus 50 centimeter. Let us place the value of V and U in the given equation. So we able to get focus length, that is a 50 centimeter. It means convex lens is required. Next example. The far point of a myopic person is 80 centimeter in front of the eye. What is the power of lens required to enable him to see very distinct objects clearly? In what way does the corrective lens help the above person? Does the lens magnify very distinct objects? Next, the above person prefers to remove his spectacles while reading a book. Why? Here, as we can see in the previous diagram, previous example, we can find the focal length, that is 1 by f equal to 1 upon v minus 1 upon u. And here we are having that v is 80 centimeter and u, that is in general 25 centimeter. So by having that, focal length is available minus 80 centimeter. Then power of the lens is p equals to 1 by f. So we are having 1 upon 80, that is equal to 1 minus 1.25 diopters. Now next, in what way does the corrective lens help the above person? That corrective lens cannot help it because the concave lens reduce the size of the object and the angle by the distinct object at the eye is the same as subtended by the image at the eye. So the eye is able to see the distinct objects because of the corrective lens magnifies the object and it brings the object, will produce the virtual image at the far point of the eye. Then it can be focused by the eye lens onto the retina. Next, the above person preferred to remove the spectacles while reading a book. That myopic person have a normal eyesight 25 centimeter. So while the person wants to read a book with the spectacles, that person can keep the book at the distance greater than 25 centimeter so that image of the book by the concave lens can produce not closer than 25 centimeter. So the angular size of the book at the greater distance evidently less than the angular size when the book is placed at 25 centimeter, and that's why no spectacles are needed. So that person can remove his spectacles while reading. Next example. The near point of a hypermetropic person is 75 centimeter. From the eye, what is the power of the lens required to enable the person to read clearly a book held at 25 centimeter from the eye? In what way does the corrective lens help the above person? Does the lens magnify objects held near the eye? The above person preferred to remove the spectacles while looking at the sky. Why? Here, let us focus on to the first point, that hypermetropic person, it's the near point 75 centimeter, and for the normal eye, the U should be 25 centimeter. So U is minus 25 centimeter, V is minus 75 centimeter, and focal length equation we are having 1 upon F equal to 1 upon U minus 1 upon V. So place these values and we get the focal length F equal to 37.5 centimeter. So the corrective lens is required to get the power, and power P equals to 1 by F. So 1 by 37.5 centimeter and we able to get 2.67 power, that is corrective lens is required, 2.67 diopter. Next, in what way does the corrective lens help the above person? This corrective lens produces the virtual image at 75% and the object is available at 25 5 centimeter. So the angular size of the image is the same as that of the object. So lens does not magnify the object, but it brings the object at the near point for the hypermetric, and then it gets focused onto the retina. So this is how the spectacle can useful for the person. And next is, the above person prefers to remove the spectacles while looking at the sky. So hypermetropic eye that have a normal far point observation, so it may have enough covering power to focus with the parallel rays from infinity. So by wearing the spectacles of converging lenses, it will get more converging power than needed. So the person prefer to remove the spectacles for far objects. Clear? Here we are going to end this session. Hope you understood. Thank you.